Hello, it's Angela Haranik again, coming to you from India. From Bodh Gaya. This is our last day here in this beautiful place, and we're on our way to Varanasi in a few hours. But before we leave, I wanted to do a short teaching on the 3 poisons of the mind and how the energy of the mind is what it is that we must tame. When someone talks about enlightenment, when we see a Buddha statue, when we see all of these pilgrims coming from all over the world, what are they coming for? What is it that the Buddha attained that we are all trying to also grasp and attain? And it is called enlightenment. But what is enlightenment? It is a slow progression of awareness to our absolute nature, which is of a diamond essence. Our mind is like a diamond. It is multifaceted. It is luminescent. It is precious. And it is only a mind that can shape another mind. And with a diamond, it's only a diamond that can shape a diamond. So we are uncovering, discovering, and recovering this diamond essence of who we truly are. We have caked on belief systems around this diamond essence. And usually there are 3 root poisons, we call them in Buddhism, or delusions, that keep us from the true nature of reality of who we are. The first one is anger. And the West is filled with anger. What is anger? A short version of anger, a definition, is that we focus single-pointedly on the negative aspects of a person, of a situation, of an object. We focus over and over in a negative way. The mind just goes ruminating in a negative way. And as it ruminates in this negative pattern, the neural pathways are moving in this negative pattern, what gets the fruit of it, if you will, is anger. So that's a root poison. The second root poison is attachment, is desire. And not desire in a healthy way where we want to have expansion, but it's desire and attachment and need to grasp and to hold. Again, a person, a situation, or a behavior. We can't let go of the behavior attached to a person. And what exactly is attachment? We say that it is the overemphasizing, over and over, the rumination of only the positive qualities of a person, a behavior, a situation. So over and over we see a dress in a store that we like, we have a person that we may be in love with, and over in our mind we just ruminate on the positive qualities. We don't realize that they also have negative qualities. And then we become attached. And we say attachment can be like water on a cloth. It's easily purified. It evaporates. You can have attachment that is like oil on a white cloth. It's a little bit more difficult to detach. And the third kind of attachment is like beetroot on a white cloth. Very, very difficult. Purification practices. Much effort has to be put into eradicating that type of attachment. So this is our second root poison of the mind. The mind constantly is wanting to attach to a story, to a person, to an object, or to an experience. We get attached to experiences. We don't want them to end. And the third root delusion, the third root poison of the mind, is something called ignorance. Now, this is not ignorance in the ordinary way that we understand it, of just not knowing. That's one level of ignorance. But the level of ignorance that is a delusion, that is a poison, that keeps us small or keeps us very grandiose in our ego state, it is a delusion not understanding the true nature of reality. Not understanding the true nature of reality. We have ignorance in the mind. And what is the true nature of reality? We ask ourselves. So we have a relative plane in existence right now. We can touch this fence. Angela is sitting here. There's stone that I'm sitting on. That's a relative plane of reality. And simultaneous to this level of reality, there is another level, an ultimate level of reality, an absolute level. And what that level is that everything is composed of atoms and molecules bobbing in space and time. And these atoms and molecules that are bobbing in space and time, there is no separation between my molecules and the stone's molecules that I'm sitting on, or this fence, or this Buddha statue, this disciple behind me. Those atoms and molecules are merging with mine. And we say that this is the ultimate state of reality. And we have to remember this ultimate state of reality. And most people don't even know it exists. So this is what we mean by ignorance. Not understanding that these two levels of reality, not even parallel, but simultaneous, the relative plane and the absolute plane, coexist simultaneously at all moments in time. But what we in the West do is we forget, or we don't even know that this ultimate plane exists. And we think all that there is this relative, is materiality, is more stuff. However, the true nature of reality is, again, that we are simply atoms and molecules in a form. We become formless, and then we move back into form. From form, we move to emptiness, and from emptiness, a form arises. So these are the three root delusions. There are 80,000 delusions. And they all come down to 5 delusions.
Madam, addition this.
And then down to 3 root delusions. And the 5 are doubt, pride, ignorance, anger, and attachment. And so doubt and pride, they're the delusions that move then into these 3. And those 3, as I say, anger, attachment, and ignorance. And if we can eradicate these 3 delusions from our mind, that is when we move to our own enlightenment. That is when we become more peaceful. They feed on each other. When you're angry, you're usually attached to an idea. When you're attached, you don't realize that there's an ultimate nature of reality. We forget this. And when we forget this, the anger arises. So it's like each of them feed on one another in a circle. And we have to break the circle. We have to break the neural pathways in our brain that are telling us anger, anger, anger. Or attachment, 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 pleasantness. And we do this through mindfulness, through awareness. This is how we break through that veil of delusion that we're all walking around the earth with. That we're all believing that this reality is all that there is. And we must break through that delusion. So thus I'm going to end the 3 poisons. Thank you.